Hey everyone, what's up? Today I'm doing a very highly requested video. I just want to preface it by saying that it was requested and that's why I'm doing this video, and I'm not trying to trash talk anybody or sway anybody in one way or another, but I am just going to be delivering my honest opinion and experience of my partnership with Stylehaul. So I was partnered with them for 2 years and I just got out literally a couple weeks ago of my contract. So yeah, basically let me just start the story. So I started my YouTube channel. I started my YouTube channel technically in 2008, but I didn't really upload anything until 2013, I guess. 2013. It was 2013 that I started really uploading beauty content onto this channel. And I partnered with Stylehaul probably, it was like less than 6 months later. Yeah, I partnered with Stylehaul in like March or April. It would have been April, end of April of 2013. So I had literally only been uploading content consistently for like 4 months. 5 months, I guess, by the time that I partnered. I honestly can't remember. I was trying to remember last night in bed if I reached out to them or if they reached out to me. I honestly cannot remember. But whenever I filled out the application to join the network, it was literally like a few days, maybe a week later, that I was invited to join the network. So I was really excited. At that point, I only had like, honestly, you know what? I didn't even have 100 subscribers yet, I'm pretty sure, because I remember I did my 100 subscriber giveaway and it was right around my birthday. So my birthday's in May. So I didn't even have 100 subscribers yet. So my channel was very, very small. Like I said, it was pretty new. So the thing with Stylehaul is they really make you feel in the beginning like you were like super special and like you're one of a kind and like you're just, you know, the exception, and it's very like, oh my gosh, we really believe in your channel. Like, we know you're small, but you have the, you know, the ability to grow and we want to support you and all that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of message that I got when I first signed it. I was like, oh my gosh, they like believe in me. Like, they're going to transform me. They're going to promote the heck out of me and this is going to be awesome. And so that's why I signed. And the process to actually sign is quite lengthy. They send you a very, very long contract, and then there's a couple of other financial documents you need to fill out, like tax information and direct deposit information and things like that. Now, the contract in itself is very lengthy. It's something that I'm college educated. I'm not like stupid at all. I'm a writer actually by trade. And it was something that was very hard for me to comprehend. So, not saying I'm a genius or anything like that, but I mean, I consider myself pretty capable of reading comprehension. It was pretty complicated for me. So I definitely recommend, first and foremost, especially if you're young, especially, you know, if you're as young as I am or younger, to talk to a parent, talk to, you know, maybe a spouse if you really trust them. Ideally a lawyer if you can. If you're taking your YouTube channel very seriously and running it like a business, you should talk to a lawyer or, you know, some kind of an advisor, because it's a legally binding contract. You know, it's not like a joke. It's not just like something that you could just be like, oops, like I didn't understand it when I signed it. Like, it's a legal thing. So take that very, very seriously. Take your time with it. Ask questions about it. If there's something that you don't agree with, if there's something you don't understand, email them before signing, like call them, whatever you need to do. These are big mistakes that I made and that probably every other person who's been partnered with them has made, is like, they just aren't assertive enough, I think. And, you know, it's your channel, it's your legal document, so take control of it, ask questions, you know, etc. So anyway, send you this thing. I did read through it, you know, I knew what I was getting myself into, sort of, in terms of the contract and like the legality and like the payment and all that kind of stuff. I totally understood. So the way that they reel you in, or the way that they reeled me in, was they were like, we're going to give you, I think it was either double or 1.5 times your Google Adsense money for the first month or maybe a few months. I really can't remember, but it was like, you know, oh wow, that's an awesome like starting bonus to really jump off your YouTube channel. And then from that point on, then we're going to give you a certain percentage. Now, I'm really not sure what I'm legally allowed to talk about in this video, so I'm not going to tell you what my percentage was, but it was a percentage of my Google AdSense money. So they kept the remaining percentage as kind of like a fee, like a, you know, a management fee or whatever you want to say. So that sounds really awesome, and it might be awesome in theory if it worked the way that it was supposed to, right? But the thing is, when I had like 90 subscribers and I first started YouTube, my Google AdSense money was like literally like $2 a month or something like that. Like it was nothing, literally nothing. So 2 times that, all right, sweet, you get $4 this month, woohoo, you know? So like they get people when they're small, and then as they grow, then they're keeping the big money, or you know, big money. Like, not saying that I make a ton of money. I'll be honest, like YouTube does make money, and I do make, you know, I don't know if you want to say significant amount of money, whatever. I make money on YouTube, but it's not my full-time job or anything like that. But I definitely make more than $2, and so the amount that they have gotten from me over the years of my channel growing and stuff like that has way outweighed the $2 bonus that they gave me in the beginning. Makes sense? Yeah, so that's what happened. And basically they provide, you know, they promise you a lot of things, a lot of promotion, a lot of, I think in the first email it said something about like royalty-free music and stuff like that. They didn't give me any of that. They gave me like a link to like a website that had some, which I could have just Googled on myself, you know, on my own. I thought it was gonna be something special. You know, didn't really give me a ton. Okay, the first big issue that I had with Stylehaul was actually with my YouTube banner. So they offer you a free of charge, you know, custom YouTube banner. And this was when the new YouTube design was pretty new still. So I was pretty flexible with them and pretty understanding. But first of all, you get to choose between like a couple different designs. They're very boring, like no offense if you have one or anything like that. I mean, they're not ugly or anything like that, but they're just not like super custom or unique or anything like that. They're just kind of like stock images of makeup and, you know, just like whatever. And then they put like your channel name on it. So you get a few different options, color, text, stuff like that. So you order it by email, you email this person, and then they send it to you. So it took them a really long time. So I signed at the end of April, and I just saw the email, and it took until June to actually get the email back saying, okay, your channel banner is ready. So a month is kind of a long time, but to literally slap on, you know, a channel name onto a pre-made image, but whatever. So that took a really long time. And then when like I got it, for some reason it didn't fit. The file size was wrong, and like it just, the dimensions of it were wrong. I literally went back and forth with these people, like 6 different emails, like, hey, it's not working. And honestly, I don't know if it was my fault or their fault or what was going on. I'm going to assume their fault because, you know, but they were pretty nice, but it was one of those things I was just kind of like, dude, if you can't get this banner crap figured out, like, how are you guys going to be managing my money and managing my business and stuff like that? So that was kind of like a warning sign for me. It was like January or December when I actually got issued my first payment, because you have to reach a certain threshold. And what happened was they send out a report every month, and it shows, you know, what videos you put out, how much they earned, how much Stylehaul took, and then how much you're paid. If you don't reach the threshold, it just goes into a bank and it saves up, whatever. Google does the same thing. And Google, actually, their threshold is higher. I think their threshold is 100, and I think Stylehaul's is only 50. So anyway, I got the email saying that my payment was due, but they couldn't issue it to me because some form hadn't been completed. So I emailed them, and I was kind of annoyed about it because I'm like, you would think you would have checked all the forms like in the very beginning when I first signed all my paperwork, but whatever. What's the form you need me to sign? I swear I already signed it, but let me do it again. And I did. I know that I already signed that form. I remember it, but it was just like, whatever. So they send you everything over Echo Sign, which is like a PDF thing, whatever. So I signed it again. And then they made me wait until the next month to get paid. Like, they weren't like, okay, well, we can issue this, you know, as soon as that paperwork is in. They made me wait a whole other month, which I just thought was ridiculous because it's just stupid, but whatever. It wasn't tripping over $50, you know what I mean? So then the next month rolled around, and then I got my payment again, and they had sent it to the wrong email address. Like, my email address is ajourneyeastblog@gmail.com or whatever. And they left something off or did like a Journey East log, or, you know, they did, I can't remember exactly what the typo was, but, and then they claimed it was my fault, which I might have typed it wrong or whatever, so it could have been my fault. But it was just like, every little thing was such a process with getting this one little tiny payment. So I finally got the first payment, and I was kind of mad because I had went through like multiple people. They take so long to email you back. Like I just emailed the general like Stylehaul, you know, email or whatever, and like nobody gets back to you for like literally weeks. And I'm just like, dude, can I have my money? Like this is my money, you know what I mean? So whatever, so that was kind of annoying, but it got resolved. So yeah, the only other time that I really communicated with them on any kind of, you know, personal level was about Beautycon. I sent them an email because some girl on YouTube that I watched was talking about having a meetup at the Stylehaul booth, and I was like, oh, did they do that? And so I just emailed them and I was like, oh, are you guys doing anything for creators? And they're like, that girl, I don't know who she is, and it's not an official meetup, whatever, and no, feel free to stop by the booth though, or whatever. It was just kind of like, okay. So I did go to Beautycon. I got an email like a few days before leaving for New York, and I got invited to a Stylehaul party, which was really exciting because, I mean, that just makes sense. Hang out with your network before going to the event, whatever. I honestly wasn't really planning on going because I was coming from Michigan. I flew into New York from Michigan, so I had other things to do. I had friends I wanted to see, whatever. But it was still like, okay, this is a nice gesture and maybe I might go. I was thinking about it. And then literally like the night of the party, they sent an email and were like, oops, mistake, like you're uninvited basically because we reached like maximum capacity or whatever, even though I had RSVP'd already, just in case I did want to go. Even though I did that, they still basically kicked me out. So I was just like, all right, that's like borderline really annoying, especially if I would have been solidly planning on going, because like, what the heck? Don't invite me and then uninvite me. So that was annoying. And then at Beautycon, I was like, okay, well, maybe they're going to be doing something, you know, like a special something for the creators. The Stylehaul booth was literally, this is what they did. There was cards sitting on the table. There was a jar of Maybelline Color Elixir lip glosses, and that was it. And it wasn't even exclusive to people from the network. It was like anybody who wanted to go could go and like grab some lip gloss. And I was like, okay, cool, good. I just grabbed a bunch of them and walked away. Like, I don't know. It was just very kind of like, okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like a horrible thing, but it was just kind of impersonal. And I wish that there was something special for their creators. Now, beyond that, like, I'm not even kidding. I would go ahead and say they've done nothing for my channel. They've shared like 1 or 2 of my videos in those little playlists, which are really annoying to begin with because you have to like make a certain theme video and then you have to email it and then you have to do all this stuff, and they don't even always put it in there. Like, it's still up to their discretion, so it's a little bit annoying. But I think like one of my videos is in one of their playlists. But the thing with that too is that when there's like 1,000 videos in a playlist, it's not really special anymore. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't going to watch a playlist that's 1,000 videos. Now, if they were to actually really sit down and curate content and pick like, you know, really good appealing content and choose like 5 videos for different things, that might be different. But yeah, it's just kind of weird. And then they send out a newsletter every month, but that's not even consistent actually, because they used to do it every month and then they don't do it every month. I haven't gotten one in a long time. And it's literally like, hey, these are some good hashtags to use this month. Here's the like playlists and themes that you can suggest or submit your videos to and things like that. Like, it's not really anything super special. And they do talk about if there are any events coming up. And that's like really it. Like, honestly, I'm trying to think really hard. Yeah. At one point I did email and I was just like, hey, like, I don't feel like you guys are really holding up your end of the bargain. Like, I don't really feel like you're promoting my channel at all like you said you would, or helping me grow my channel or anything like that. And just everything they said to me was so rude and condescending, like unbelievably rude and condescending. When I actually got a hold of them, which took a really long time in the first place, so that was like annoying because, you know, yeah, I'm a small channel, but I'm still giving you money every single month. Like, money that I work for, whether it's reaching millions of people or not, like I do work hard for it. And it's just kind of a slap in the face. You know what I mean? Like, why sign me? Like, what's the point? If I'm just a little small channel that's not contributing anything, then why did you sign me in the first place? And I think that's their big issue. And I don't want to make this a bash Stylehaul video because I know that those are out there. That's not really the intention. My intention is to be constructive. And, I think if they really want their network to work, and I think if any YouTube network wants their network to work, they need to be more selective. Like, I think signing somebody who's brand new with 90 subscribers maybe isn't a good idea. And I think that their, I guess, hope is that, that person will blow up while on their network, and then they get all the money and they get the recognition for, helping kind of create her. But that happens to so few people that, to me, it just makes sense to focus. If you just want to focus on huge creators, then just focus on huge creators. Stop signing small people and giving them false hopes. So my advice to you guys that are watching, that are probably debating, should I sign with Stylehaul, or should I sign with Awesomeness, or should I sign with any network? Because I've heard very similar things about pretty much every network. Is honestly, no. I wish I would have not. I mean, I didn't really lose anything besides, a little bit of money. But they did nothing for me. Like, literally, like, nothing. I'm not even kidding. If I would have actually gotten to go to that event, that would have been cool. But it would have probably been a good networking opportunity. But I didn't. I got uninvited, So there are things that happen. I notice a lot in New York, LA, and San Francisco. But even still, I'm noticing that it's getting more and more exclusive to like the LA crowd of YouTubers, who I'm sure you guys all know, and like the, San Fran crowd and stuff like that, like of big YouTubers. Like, they're not inviting everybody anymore. And so to that, it's just like, what's the point of having a network? So I think if you really want to be with a network, you should really consider like how much money you're making, first of all, because if it's like $2, like I was making my first month, like it's absolutely unnecessary and you need to wait. You also want to consider how much work do you really have? How much time are you really spending on things like emails and reaching out to brands and contacting brands back? Because I know for me, like I said, I'm still a small channel, but I'm bigger than 100 subscribers now, and I make more than $2 a month now. And, I would consider YouTube a job now. Like, it's something that I have to work for and that I do make income from and things like that. But even still, the amount of time that I really spend doing the business side of things. Now, the creation side is hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But the business side, like the emails, the phone calls, the, booking my flights, like that kind of stuff is honestly like a few hours a week, maybe like an hour a day. So it's like, I don't need another person. You know what I mean? I don't need help. I'm not at the point where I need a manager or anything like that yet. Now, some of these people that you see, like the huge YouTubers with like millions of subscribers or hundreds of thousands, I can see a network being useful to them because they probably get, hundreds of emails a day. I mean, I get at least a few emails a day, usually from a brand or a company or something like that. So I can only imagine how people who have 10, 20, 30 times the subscribers as me, how many they're getting, So I can see that being useful, but honestly, for somebody as small as me, as small as you, like it just, to me personally, doesn't make a ton of sense. Now, Google, the biggest difference that I noticed is that there's a bigger pay threshold. So that's something to consider too. Like, some people just want money more often. And if you are a small channel, like, a couple hundred subscribers, you're not going to be getting paid every month. You're not going to reach $50 or $100 every month. You're just not. Unless you're getting like hella views, which, whatever, for the most part. So yeah, if you want to make $50 every couple months, and it's worth it and you don't really care that much, then maybe Stylehaul, maybe, or a network. If you're making the threshold every month, it doesn't really matter anyway, you're still gonna get paid. And then also the other thing that's cool for me, that's a selling point about Google AdSense, is I can put all of my channels and my blog on the same account. So it is easier to reach the $100 threshold too, because you have 3 sources of income all pooling together. So I don't know, if you guys have a blog or something like that, you can put them all on the same account and it all accumulates together. So it'll help your payout time. Yeah, I don't know. I hope of covered it. I mean, I don't really have like a horror story. I don't really have a great story or great interaction, a horrible one. It's just kind of like, meh, like what was the point of that? Like, why did I give you all that money? And yeah, I mean, I just think the biggest thing was like the way that they treated me. Like, it'd be totally different if every time I emailed them, they were like, oh, like, I'm so sorry. Like, what can I help you with? Or like, this is a good idea. But like, they didn't even like try to be fake like that. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even try. And I know about customer service and I know about treating people with respect, and they just didn't seem to have that. Even at the end, the very last email I had with them went like this. I emailed, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you guys a tip too. If you're signed with them, in the contract, it does state that your contract will automatically renew after 2 years if you do not contact them prior. This is something that a lot of people are missing, and they're getting reeled into like 4-year contracts without knowing. So read that contract, read the terms of the contract, read the, I don't really know what the word is for it, like the longevity of it, or like the cancellation. There's verbiage in there. Read it, because it'll tell you when your contract ends and when you need to contact them by to not be reeled into another 2 years. So I luckily paid attention to that, and I did that. So I contacted them in like late March, and it was like, hey, let you guys know this is like my 30 days notice. And then they were just like, okay, you'll be released by April 27th. They waited literally until April 27th, like the day, which was annoying. And this was the last email they sent me. It was literally like, please disable your fan funding so we can unlink your channel from our network with a capital N. And then that was the email. And I was just like, sweet, done. And then they like never emailed me back. So I don't know. I just thought that was very rude. Like, they're just very rude. The people who work there are very rude. And that's not a good look. It's not a good look at all to have that kind of like attitude to people who are giving you money. And whether I'm giving you money or not, like, it's YouTube. We need to be nice to each other and be supportive. You never know where these people are going to end up. So I don't know. That's a whole nother rant for another time. But anyway, basically all I'm saying is they didn't help me. They probably won't help you unless you're like a huge, amazing YouTuber. Not saying you guys aren't amazing, because most of the most amazing YouTubers are small, let's be honest. But that's my 2 cents on things. I've been asked to do this video. I'm sorry it's so long, but I just wanted to be as honest and concise as possible. But if you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. I might either do like a follow-up Q&A video, or I'll just, answer things as I go and get comments down there. But either way, I hope it was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And good luck if you're with them. Let me know if you guys have had good experiences or different experiences. I'm not saying they're like that to everybody, but this is just my experience. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. So I actually thought this would be really cute with the nude belt and those nude pointy-toed flats that I showed you guys. So I was just really, really excited. I was like, I absolutely need it. And $8, are you kidding me? That's such an amazing price.